welcome to the perfectly normal intro
beginning of
Game Club.
the Game Club.
This
Game
week,
Clubs.
talking about Shantae and the Pirate's Curse.
Shantae and the Pirates.
Shantae, you stay.
So I didn't realize something about this game before we started playing. I didn't realize that it was an existing franchise with a backstory until I started playing the game. I was like, I am really confused.
Yeah. Don't you forget you aren't a genie anymore?
Yeah, I'm not a genie anymore. I lost that power apparently in the last game, and
Also, poop jokes in the first 30 seconds.
yep, and
Dirty water.
Dirty water.
And apparently now I'm teaming up with my longtime rival, who I'm meeting for the first time. So it was confusing lore-wise initially, but I got over that. And the game has glowing reviews on Steam and everywhere I've looked. Another thing I didn't realize about the game until I started playing, it's a platformer. I can't stand platformers.
It's a shooter platformer. It's very kind of like Mega Man-y.
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of like an ode to like Mega Man, Castlevania kind of games like that.
It reminded me with the hat. It reminded me of Aladdin on the SNES.
Yeah, totally.
It's like that float mechanic that everybody loved. More games should have it.
And I think that art direction definitely is reminiscent of that as well. So I'm biased. This is not the kind of game I would normally play. Like if I was looking through Steam, I would not be like, this is the game I'm going to play.
Yeah.
So I'm not the target audience. I thought that the 2D art for the character representations was really cool and well drawn, but again, not my cup of tea. The actual in-game assets, though, I thought looked weird to me. And I kind of mentioned this previously. I don't know if you guys have any feedback on that, but I felt like the in-game textures, and it's got like kind of a pixelated low-res aesthetic to it, but even so, I felt like it all felt up-resed on top of that to me. Like it all seemed like it was a little low quality.
I don't know. It really didn't stand out that much to me like that. Yeah, I was looking for it because you mentioned it, so I was even kind of, I guess, preloaded to expect that sort of thing, and no, it felt okay. I mean, it looked like just the style of the game.
Samesies.
Yeah.
I feel the same. You know, I actually, we talk about like Mega Man and Castlevania and Aladdin for what it reminded you of, but there's a part at the beginning where these guys are throwing grenades, and they're the exact same grenades as Valiant Hearts, and I couldn't get it out of my head.
The stick grenades.
Like the stick grenades, which are real grenades, but also Valiant Hearts grenades, right?
Yeah.
If we're
Right.
being
I
real.
mean, that's where everyone will remember them
Yes,
from. Is Valiant
exactly.
Hearts.
It brought it back. Yeah.
World
It
Wars.
was just some guy like crouching down and throwing that one, and I literally stood there for like 5 minutes, like Valiant Hearts.
Send your dog after
Yeah,
him.
vault.
I mean, I really didn't have that much of a problem with the game, honestly. I haven't played as far all the way through it yet. But what I've gotten through thus far, it feels like a very reasonable Mega Man-y platform shooter kind of thing.
Shooter.
Shooter-ier.
It's like a Shocketeer.
It's not really, I mean, it's not really like a puzzler. Like you just kind of fairly linear. There's kind of some open world elements to it where it's you can select what island you're going to, and there's obviously many places in the game where you're going to have to backtrack to get to areas that you couldn't get to before you unlock more powers and things like that. So it's got like a progression tree, which I will say that I'm not always a huge fan of that kind of situation where you encounter something and you're like, I'm going to have to remember that for later. Like, I got to come back here to get that once I unlock the whatever that lets me open that area. That annoys me sometimes, especially if there's too much of it.
Yeah, I don't want to have a pen and paper to like take down notes and remember stuff. Although there was a game recently I was doing that with. What was it?
Was it Fallout?
Fuck, I can't remember. No. I'll think
Somebody
about
was
it.
just talking about writing down things
Jeremy
in Fallout.
does.
Jeremy.
He makes note of every place that there's a lock or a terminal he can't open.
Yeah. Long list. I would say I love platformers. I thought it was a fine platformer, but not for $20. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I mean, I do think it's like fine for $20, but also part of me was like, nah, not for $20.
It was Dragonfall.
Okay.
Shadowrun Dragonfall is the game I was writing down. Codes. But yeah, you're right. $20 seemed kind of crazy, and the game also I didn't realize until after I'd played it. It also I believe has a 3DS release.
Yeah. We were talking about that.
So I mean, I can see
that's a problem. You got to play that in Nintendo buns.
Yeah, so it's I guess it's maybe a little more of a mainstream big release than we typically play in Game Club. So maybe that's why it's $20. But I mean, when you look at just last week Undertale, which was $10, I had way more fun.
Yeah, same.
Playing that.
Same.
So I don't know if it's on sale. I mean, first of all, I think with this game, if you're a fan of platformers and that kind of mechanic,
fan of the series,
or the fan of the series, great. This is a game for you.
Long-time Shantae fan.
I'm not a platformer fan, so it's not, like I said, it's not a game that definitely appeals.
Well,
to me.
it does. On the upside, though, it has a fairly decent kind of sense of humor about itself and about the world. I mean, it doesn't. It's not a serious game. It's not above making the poop joke.
Dirty water.
Yeah, dirty water.
The girls swimming in lizard saliva, and they're so lily white that the light reflects and lights up a door. I mean, it's a pretty ridiculous game. It's not a heavy serious game, so it's a fun like light time waster.
This is the first Game Club game I played on my Steam Link. So I played it, using Xbox 360 controller on my TV, and that part worked great.
I'll say I played it on my laptop because we're playing it on Steam, and I wish I had a controller. I was.
So you
playing
didn't plug in a controller?
No, I just played it
Wow.
with a keyboard. Very weird.
Yeah, that seems like that would
Not
be
a good idea.
Yeah,
No.
the game totally seems like it's suited
Yeah.
for controller. All right, should we pull another one out?
Can I ask before we do
Yeah.
that? Will either of you play this again? Like
No,
now
I'm
that
gonna
it's done.
play more of it.
Really?
I'm going to try and play
Interesting.
some more of it. Unfortunately, once I get out from under the Tomb Raider, Fallout, StarCraft mess, I'll probably play a little bit.
This is a very difficult time of year for Game Club
Yeah.
because it's like I have to carve time out. Like,
Yeah.
I intentionally had to put down Fallout and Battlefront. I was like, I'm gonna play this game for Game Club, and even Esther was like, "Why are you playing that game? I thought you were playing that." I was like, "It's homework."
Yeah.
It's like I have to play
No,
this game.
no joke. This morning, this guy called the security guy, and he's like talking to me about stuff, and I'm like, yeah. Can you call me back later? And he's like, And Gab's like, what's that about? I'm like, I got to do my homework. I'm like,
Yeah.
do it. I'm like, on my
Shantae's
laptop.
waiting.
Excuse me.
Total homework. All right, let's get that cylinder out here, and let's see what's next. Oh, you fucked it up.
Oh,
it's off the
God.
rails.
Oh, Ryan can't save it. Ryan can't save it. It won't balance there.
There we go. Got it.
Good enough.
Looks great.
Wait, Gus, let's
No
lean
problem.
so it looks like it's straight. Gus, lean
Oh,
so it looks straight.
which way?
The other
This way?
Yeah. Everything's straight. It didn't work 'cause the camera didn't move. Wow, awesome catch though.
Community. Dust an Elysian Tale?
Yeah, Dust, an Elysian Tale.
Right.
All right, that worked out. I guess.
What are we doing?
We're playing Dust, an Elysian Tale.
Oh, okay.
If I remember, fuck off American app.
It seemed a little weird while you looked that up. I thought it was Dustin. Just 'cause of the way it's written on the ball, I was really confused. That's why I was kind of stumbling at
Thanks
first.
for your suggestion, Dustin. Dust and Elysian Tale. That
It
sounds really
won
familiar.
a bunch of awards.
Didn't we play a game called From Dust?
Yes.
Yeah. So I'm already prejudiced against this game.
It was up for
Wow.
the VGX for best independent game.
Oh, last year?
No.
Oh no, well,
it came out in
VGX.
2012.
Okay, yeah.
Came out in 2012. It is by developer Humble Hearts. It is on PlayStation 4, Windows, iOS, Xbox 360, Linux, and Mac OS. It's an action role-playing game and a beat 'em up.
Ooh.
People also searched for Bastion and Ori and the Blind Forest when they were searching.
Okay, I'm kind of turning around there.
Yeah.
I
It
might-
has a 10 out of 10 on Steam
Wow.
and an 8.5 out of 10 from IGN.
What platform are you guys going to play it on?
Probably
So
PS4.
we said you said you want PS4? What are you going to play
Probably
on?
Steam. Yeah.
Steam. I think I'm going to play it on iOS then.
Really?
Let's see if we can get like the full spectrum
Yeah.
here.
All right.
Okay, cool. All right, well we'll see you guys next week. We'll be talking
Happy
about Dust.
Thanksgiving.
Bye. Dustin.